Hey guys, so this video has been a long time coming. I said I was gonna do it and I filmed it, and then I was in the process of moving back to college, and then I was gonna do it but I was in the process of moving out of my other dorm, and then I was gonna do it but then I didn't have the time, and now that I have the time, here I am to do this video. This is my restaurant horror story. Basically, I worked at Colton Steakhouse and Grill in Pittsburgh, Kansas, which is a neighboring town to where I'm from. And basically, this is my personal experience and everything that happened and what I've gained from like other people. So this is probably going to be a long video, so now would be the best time to go get a snack. I just finished eating dinner. If I have food in my teeth, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like I do. Okay, so I need a pen. Okay, here's a pen. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is that we can't text where customers can see you if you're in uniform, even if you aren't clocked in. Now, we have this little back corner, and it's like the little to-go thing where, you know, we have like, it's where you clock in. And you're not allowed to like text where customers can see you, even if you're not on the, I don't get it. Okay, so here's the deal with personal time. You have to be specific about why you want time off, and maybe you'll get it if it's not 2 weeks in advance. An example, when my uncle had a heart attack, I wanted to come in late the next day so I could go see him that night. But they told me no, and then later the manager on duty, Sherman, no, it was you. He told me, he said no, because I did not tell them the exact reason. So I wrote all these down. The exact reason why I needed time off. What I had said was, someone in my family is in the hospital and I would like to go see them. I should not have to tell them my uncle had a heart attack and I need to go see him. It is absolutely none of their business. What is going on? Like, if I need personal time, I need please don't mind that mess. Like, it's not even a mess, just like my bed's not made. And that's off topic. I'm working on that. Oh, okay. You get yelled at in front of customers who are paying for an overpriced steak. Basically, it's just a really overpriced steakhouse, and the managers don't really care. So I worked in To Go. My job code was To Go. I rolled silverware and I scooped butter more than I took orders because one of 4 hostesses can't do it on a Tuesday night. We are not that busy. Our busiest nights are typically Monday nights, which is understandable. But, like, you don't need 4 hostesses on, like, a Monday or a Thursday. Like, they're capable of doing it. I understand that they're in training, but when I was in training, I scooped butter. You're only allowed 1 bathroom break per shift. Now, I understand that, like, if we're busy, but if we're not busy, like, come on, be real here. Like, if we're not busy, why are we only allowed 1 bathroom break? Okay, so you get chewed out for the smallest things, like not rolling silverware right, or if something's not done in 10 minutes, but the manager doesn't tell you that. So we're not told that it has to be done in 10 minutes. We're just supposed to do it. Okay, so, like, you know, I'm waiting for an order to get here, so I'd kind of, you know, I was rolling the silverware, but I was also waiting. It was my last order of the night. He's like, you're still not done? I'm like, no, I'm waiting for my order to get here. Okay, so doctor's note. I brought a doctor's note, but I made it myself. It was a good day for all of us. You have to call 2 hours before your shift starts. If not, you get a write-up. If you get 3 write-ups, you get fired. An example was I ate there and then I got sick. And that's what caused me to fake my doctor's note. You're welcome, by the way, Sherman and Casey. You're welcome. Okay, so I understand that it's a steakhouse and grill, but literally the country music station that they played, it played like the same 10 songs over and over again. After a while, it just gets boring. And I do this actually even in Walmart. If you see someone you know, you can pretend that you don't know them so you don't have to talk to them. Also, I need to burp. That's random and I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm good. Okay. Just act like you don't know who they are. Okay, when you're on the clock, you can't talk to people. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, wait. Okay. When you're on the clock, you can't talk to people you know. Okay, so like, if your grandma comes in, oh, that's really bright. If your grandma comes in, you're not allowed to talk to your grandma because you're on the clock. So Colton has a tendency to hire people who can't show up either on time or at all, and they sure as hell cannot do their jobs right. And then I understand having to answer the phone in 2 rings. I get that, but sometimes they're busy doing other things and we don't always hear it ring, especially me. And then you have to check every order before it goes out to the customer. Again, I get that. But it's not my fault if the kitchen messes up. And then, like, if I tell them that they forgot something on an order, they get pissed at me because it's in there and I just didn't see it. So, of course, I trust them and I give it to the customer and then it's not there and then I was right. But I got in trouble because it wasn't there when they got it. I just... Okay. You have to ask, like, what kind of cheese, how do you want their steak or burger cooked, what sauces do they want. We only have 3 cheeses, Swiss, cheddar, and pepper jack. Like, if they don't tell you and you forget to ask, just put cheddar. Like, it's simple. It is kind of busy in the kitchen, so I understand needing to be loud, but if you're yelling for no reason at all, it just doesn't make any sense to me why you need to be loud. Okay, the food there is super overpriced. Like, it is way overpriced. Like, honestly, you could go to Applebee's or Chili's and get the same amount of food. No, you could get the same food, but you get more for a cheaper amount. Does that make sense? Like, I think at Colton's you're getting, I think they said like 7 ounces of fries or something. You get 7 ounces of fries and 1 little tiny little baby steak for like $17. Yeah. Okay, so this next one is a seating issue. So, you're not allowed to overseat or underseat a section, but the bar top is open seating. So, if there's no rotation and there's no hostess and I don't know who's been sat, like, the manager went off on me, but there was no rotation and there was no hostess, so I didn't know where to seat them. And he's like, well, you should just seat them somewhere. And I'm like, but then I would be overseating or underseating. I don't know who's supposed to be seated next. There's no rotation. It's not my fault. I just came up here to return the menus. Okay, so I got paid $7.25 an hour plus tips, which honestly in to-go people do not tip at all. I think the biggest tip I ever got one time was $15. I get a $15 tip on a $54 order. It was a good night for me. Okay, the best advice I can give you about this place is don't eat there. Don't do it. They forget stuff on your orders. And I ate there one time, and they accused me of not tipping my waitress when I did. And I was mad. I was like, no, I tipped my waitress. I know, because we came in here to eat. My mom's car wouldn't start, and I left her a good tip. And then I talked to the waitress, and she's like, yeah, you tipped me. And then she told Sherman, and then I got in trouble because I wasn't supposed to tell her that I didn't tip her, but I did tip her. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I have a tattoo right here. And it affects my ability to do my job, I guess, because like honestly you can't really see it because of where it is, and if you can see it you can only see like the edge of it, so there's nothing really there, but they're so concerned about like keeping it covered, like no. Okay, so in this training class that you have to attend, there's a rule book, and you're not allowed to post on social media unless it's about sales, discounts, or just good things. According to the rule book, guess what? This is going on social media, but I don't work there, so it's okay. Okay, so our message taking policy. We take messages for our managers, but sometimes if you call and ask for them and they can't come to the phone, they aren't really all, like sometimes they're busy. I don't want to say they're not busy. Sometimes they're busy, but a lot of times they're just, you know, sitting on their butts doing absolutely nothing in their office, scrolling through their phones, whatever. Yeah, things we're not allowed to do. Okay, so I'm not going to say this person's name even though he doesn't work there, but he said we're underpaid and we're often over or underworked depending on what you're scheduled. The male managers, Casey Smith and Sherman Martin, are douchebags, which I agree with completely. We have pretty bad, I can't say have because I don't like that, had bad working conditions. You shouldn't eat or work there. I saw a cockroach one time and hair gets in the food. Okay, so Mr. Mitchell, I couldn't think of his name earlier, but it's Mr. Mitchell. He says that we don't have bugs, but we do. I've seen them with my own eyes. So, okay, so the two male managers, I already said, are Sherman Martin and Casey Smith. And then, formerly, it was Aisha, which I love Aisha. She may not watch this, but girl, if you do, I love you. They fired her. They called her the N-word, which I'm not going to say because it's not a nice word. And they fired her, and now they won't hire black people. Something's wrong somewhere, because, like, something's wrong somewhere. I already mentioned having bugs. The only person, when I worked there, the only person who wore gloves while making your food, unless they were dealing with raw meat, was the salad girl. And, like, if you did not wear gloves making a salad, she got onto you for it. Which, I get that. I get it. And then our food is often frozen and not fresh. So it's moved from a freezer to a cooler where it thaws. And then if it's not used, it goes back into a freezer. And then back into, like, it keeps going. Also, there was the guy in the back whose name was Jerry. He was so sweet. He was like my granddad. He was my favorite. Like, honestly, I don't think he's ever gonna watch this, but Jerry, I love you, man. Okay, so you get these peanut buckets, right? So it's possible that the peanuts were on the floor, and some of the peppermint wrappers, like, they touched the floor, and then also, the employees like to eat out of the peanut buckets. How would you feel getting a peanut bucket that someone has already stuck their hand into? Sorry, that amuses me. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Okay, that's better. Like, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to get a bucket of peanuts that someone else has already stuck their hand in. Okay. We're not allowed to have outside food, but we have to have outside drinks. So, we get charged if we drink from the soda fountain unless it's water. However, if we bring outside food, then the customer might change their mind and go somewhere. Like, if they already took the time to find our driveway. I don't think they're gonna go to Wendy's. Cause, okay, our driveway, we share the driveway with like a church, and so you come in and you turn and then you go, and it's like a, kind of like a small little driveway, and then like, yeah, it's confusing. Sometimes you get charged off the regular menu and not the lunch menu when you ordered off the lunch menu. I feel, honestly, that I was improperly trained because I didn't know how to work the computer system properly up until I was about ready to go. Okay, I guess it kills the server to take another table because it's their only open table. Guess what? Diabetes is killing me, but I am not complaining about it. If that bartender, Allison, I think, was her name. I'm going to write that down because I'll probably forget. Allison Bar. She also managed, but then she quit managing, and now she only did bar, or does bar. I don't know if she still works there. Anyway, she couldn't take a tip, but she was also the only section who could seat a 5-top, because, like, none of the other sections could, but it was also her turn in rotation. So I sat them, and then I got in trouble because seating tables is killing her. Diabetes is killing me. Want to trade? I will gladly take that table. Okay, so one time I asked where to seat someone because we didn't have any open tables and there was no rotation, and that made me stupid. They're like, "You're stupid." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, there are no open tables in the dining section. The bar is full. Where do you want me to put them?" Because it's like, we're not, like, we don't have a wait time, but there's no one available for them. Like, what would you like for me to do? Okay, it doesn't matter if they want a table or a booth. You sit them somewhere and they're not allowed to move. That's what I was told. All employees, when we come in or leave, we have to use the to-go door, which I understand to a point, having to use the to-go door. I really do. And then we had to go for like an hour, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning to attend. Like, we had to be there at 8. The training class started at 9. So we were waiting there for an hour for this class to start. Then we were there for an hour in class waiting for like her to talk about all this, and we had to do like tax stuff and whatever. And I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, I went in there with one of my friends and my mom, and we went in there to eat, you know, like paying customers often do. And the not the bartender, a busboy who at the time was busboy, he and I are still friends. He came to me and he's like, "The people in the kitchen are talking shit." Excuse my language, but that's what he said. And so, you know, I get Sherman over to my table and I'm like, "Hey, if the people in the kitchen are talking shit, can I get some free food?" You know, I wasn't saying that to be rude. I'm just saying, like, if they're talking shit, like, that's not fair to me. And so he goes back to the kitchen. He comes out. He's like, "Hey, who told you that?" So, like, Trenton told me. Well, Trenton quit that day. And I got free food. I also got a gift card. So, you know, I mean, I guess kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but like, honestly, Colton's needs to step up their game. This video's not as long as I thought it would be. Whenever I filmed it before, it was a lot longer. I was also wearing this shirt. But, you know, not only does Colton's need to step up their game, but they also need to, like, reconsider their policies and who they have working for them. Because it's not a place where I want to work or eat at this moment in my life. So if anyone from Colton's watches this, Mr. Mitchell, if you watch this, Sherman, I heard you put in your resignation, but you still work there 3 days a week. I don't really understand that, Casey. If you watch this, I fucking hate you so much. So much. But Sherman, I tolerate you. Mr. Mitchell, you were nice to me. I have no bad words to say about you, but I do think that, you know, maybe you need to run your company a little bit differently, because this is not the right way to run a company. So I don't think I'll make an update video about this, just, you know, because I have no reason to, because I don't plan on going back there anytime soon. But if, by the grace of God, I do go back there, I will definitely make an update video for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a big thumbs up so I know that you liked it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.